What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shake 72 coming to you guys with a video right now. I'm gonna go talk about the draft, and it's not who we're picking. It's not one of those videos where I'm gonna kind of discuss who's gonna be there, who's not gonna be there. Obviously, it's very early. I still got free agency videos to make, which I don't think anything's really gonna happen too much in free agency. Depending on how much cap space we have at that time, that we have to shed so much of it right now. Obviously, I think the Eagles have blamed, and Howie Roseman and Doug and have blamed each other and have had scapegoats on this team that are to blame, like Marty and Rich Sangarello and this offensive scheme around Doug. I thought that the wrong people, obviously they deserve to get fired because they weren't doing anything, but I figured that, Howie Roseman or Doug were very, held accountable at some way. I thought one of them wouldn't have been here at this point, and it's just a shame that we have to fire everything else around the room when our main problem is Howie Roseman. And, obviously Doug Peterson hasn't been too great either all year. Now, to go to this draft, I'm not going to talk about who's going to be there at 6. I really don't care at this point because we haven't hit free agency yet. I don't know what this team looks like. I don't know what our cap situation looks like at that point. I think the safe choice for the Eagles is to trade back in this draft, and I think it'd be the right decision just because I know that there's going to be someone on the board that's going to drop one or two players that might drop that the Eagles definitely want. I'm not saying trade back past the 10th overall pick, but at least within the top 10, trade back would be the smartest thing to do. This way, you kind of get more picks, mid-round picks in this draft. I mean, you can get a lot of picks by trading within the top 10, for a player that someone else wants. Someone wants to be at 6. We might trade back. I think it would be the smartest decision, guys, because honestly, that 6 overall pick is not going to fix our team. Okay, that's one player. You look at our roster right now, obviously I think the offensive line is pretty much set right now with starters plus depth, unless Jason Kelsey retires, then that's going to be a problem. But yeah, 2 wide receivers that are leaving in Greg Ward, Travis Fulgham, and I'm expecting Alshon Jeffrey after that, restructure to be released by post-June. And obviously, there's just nothing in the secondary right now. Besides Darius Slay, there is nobody. Avonte Max, I have no trust in. I'm tired of having these small corners that are 5'8", 5'9", that are always in the right positions to do a good job when covering, but at the same time, they just, size always beats them. And I haven't been a fan of Avonte Maddox. Nickel Roby-Coleman was a total flop. Obviously this goes to Jim Schwartz and his defense. I think with Jim Schwartz's defense, they've been playing the receiver more than they have been playing the ball, hence why we don't get turnovers. We have no safeties. Jalen Mills is gone. Rodney McLeod is gone. And honestly, guys, I really hope they don't replay the same thing as they usually do and bring back Rodney McLeod and Jalen Mills. It's done. It's got to be done. It's got to be over with. Rodney McLeod's coming off another ACL. It's just to the point where we need some fresh meat in this building, fresh players in this building, and we can't just go with the 6 overall pick and act like we're gonna do something. Because honestly, free agency going into that, I don't think we're gonna have much money to spend. I mean, I'm not even excited about it because I already know. Obviously, I'm gonna go over prospects that I want, and I'll make videos about that. But obviously, it's just a pipe dream more than anything. Okay. Trading back in this draft within the top 10 is probably the best case scenario for this team. We need to fill other shoes, other holes on this team. Malik Jackson's going to be gone. Derek Barnett has been a travesty. Josh Sweat's been fantastic. I think he needs more reps. I think he should, definitely, Josh Sweat's been one of my favorites on the defensive line. They're going to keep Javon. They already restructured Fletcher Cox. Obviously they can go get another edge rusher if they wanted. A young edge rusher in the mid rounds would be nice. But obviously linebacker is probably, it's going to be the biggest hole that we have on this team. Probably not the biggest, but obviously linebacker, I just don't have them going towards any linebacker, whether it's Micah Parsons or whatever the hell you guys want. as your first round pick, but I don't know if that's even going to happen. The Eagles haven't, valued the linebacker position. Obviously, I think Alex Singleton is great. They valued him there. TJ Edwards is okay. Nathan Gary should be gone. They really didn't give Sean Bradley or their third round pick from last year, even Davion Taylor barely had, playing time, and they put him in like week 10 or 11, and he was horrible. He stunk. He was horrible. I mean, what? Can't be mad at him. I mean, how can I be mad at that guy? Gets drafted in the third round, barely gets playing time. Obviously, the grass time was bad this offseason. We had no offseason. We had 2 scrimmages, which pretty much summed up evaluation on who should be starting in these games. Okay? I don't think Howie Roseman did a good job, fork loading all this money to the defensive line. Didn't put anything in the secondary unless, it was Darius Slay, and that was pretty much it. But obviously Darius Slay can't do it all by himself. He can't cover 3 guys by himself. Okay? So, no safeties. I mean, they need to get bodies in here. They can't go with practice squad safeties. They can't go with Rudy Ford. They can't. They just can't. They can't go with all these guys that they have. Grayland Arnold, not really feeling it. I don't think there was any come up other than Alex Singleton that came in and did well. I don't think there was really any other come up player in our secondary that actually played really well. Cravon LeBlanc, I think, is gone as well. So there's really nobody in this secondary right now, especially at the safety corner spots. I mean, there's nobody. And to get a guy at number 6, whether it's on offense or defense, regardless of who you get, it's not going to fix this team. At the end of the day, we got to fill some holes. They have to trade back in this draft, at least within the top 10, get some mid-round picks. I mean, the bigger the pick that we have, the more compensation we're going to get for it, just because, you're going to have to give up more the higher you go. A team is going to have to give up a lot more. So that's where I pretty much stand with all of this draft rumors and what's going on. Because at the end of the day, guys, we have more spots we need to fill. We need to hit on second, third round picks. We have a couple thirds, couple fourths, whatever it is. We need to hit on some other guys. It's going to be a very young team next year. Like, a lot of vets are leaving. A lot of cap has to get shredded. And trading back would be the safest bet because of how many holes we are going to have. And if I swear to God, if Howie Roseman does this bandage thing where we're just going to put bandages on positions like we did the past few years, re-signing old players that we've had that have not worked out or have worked out obviously only for the Super Bowl year and haven't done anything since, I'm just done with it. Okay, I'm just done with it. I can't deal with this. Re-sign Rodney McLeod. Re-sign Jalen Mills. I can't do it anymore. Rodney McLeod would probably be the one guy I would bring back just to fill in a spot. There's nothing wrong with bringing veterans on. There's no problem with having veterans on your team. But when you just consistently throw money into one position, okay, and all you do is just maintain defensive line with a lot of guys getting paid over $10 million a year, and Fletcher Cox gets hurt in a game and they can't get pressure, that's when I kind of get worried. And then our secondary gets exposed. We get exposed, and that's what happens. So my opinion of this whole thing, trade back in this draft within the top 10. There will be a team that wants to move up to 6. That's definite. There's going to be a player that somebody wants badly to move up to 6. We move back within the top 10, and we get our guy, plus we get some mid-round picks, and we get a few of them. So I think that would work out the best. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this, guys, and I will see you guys later. Jake, what up? Fly, fly. Peace out, guys. Peace.